Hi, I'm Sara Runyans with Cove Living Brokered by Realty, and I am so thrilled today to be sitting down with I consider kind of a legend, a local legend in the industry here, Janice Gilbreath. She is a local lender, and if you're in the real estate community here in Huntsville and you don't know Janice, and you may not have been in the real estate community for long. Um, Janice has an incredible story, and I cannot wait to dive in here and let her tell you a little bit. We're not going to have a long interview today, but it's going to be long enough that you will be thoroughly fascinated. Anytime I sit down with Janice, she has some little nugget of information to share that's just amazing. So, Janice, welcome today.
Sarah, thank you. It is a joy to be on your show today, and I have always enjoyed doing business with you.
Well, thank you, and I with you as well, Janice. You are one of those that, and let me just say, I'm a native of Huntsville, Alabama, and you call me Sarah, and not many people call me Sarah except my relatives. So it really makes me feel like your family just by how you call me Sarah. So I love it. So I want you, I, I have certain standard questions, but I want you to start with the beginning of your real estate career. Tell us a little bit about how you got started, and I'm going to let you go.
You know, real estate is what I grew up with. My dad was a realtor developer back in the 50s in the initial boom of Huntsville with Marshall Space Flight Center coming in. And so that's all I ever wanted to be is real estate. So it has been in my blood. And I got my real estate license when you could still get a broker's license at age 18. And I started to work with Southern Oaks, which was Bert Danner and John and Jimmy Hayes. And it was great times. But right after I started selling, we got a call and said, Janice cannot sell at age 18 because you have to be 21. Well, we started contacting some attorneys to see what could be the resolve. And one attorney came up with the idea of let's petition the court and call Janice Blocker, which was my maiden name, a ageless person. So right now I'm an ageless person, and I have never asked for my age back from that day forward.
I have to say, I think that suits you, Janice, for sure. I think of you as just an ageless person anyway. Your energy and just how you just go, go, go. You're truly an inspiration to all of us. So then you got that license, and then tell us what happened after that. I mean, where did your career
Well, I
go
stayed
from
in real estate for quite a while. I even sold commercial properties. I also got my securities license at one time. And then about 30 years ago, I decided to go into the mortgage business. And it's been an awesome ride. You know, all of us have a passion that have stayed in the real estate business for a number of years. And it is my passion and my desire to see as many people to become homeowners as possible.
Mhm. Well, I think that many of us share that passion. I agree. I think that the people that have made that journey into home ownership, and they're ready for it. I mean, there are people that honestly they're not ready for it, but when you're ready for it, it's the right time for you. Then I think that people who are homeowners right now, for the most part, they're very glad to be homeowners, and there are a lot of people who would love to be, and we want to help them get there. And so oh, here's a little item of trivia, and after we go over this, then we'll get into a little bit more about what you're doing right now. But your father was a developer. Tell us about the subdivision he developed, and your little stamp your name in that subdivision?
Well, many people probably know Sherwood Park because it's close to Bridge Street now and really close to the center of Huntsville. And he started that development, and we lived on Bethune Way, and it was a little bitty narrow road right beside our house, which is now called Madison Pike. Then we moved into other homes in that area, but there was a street that's named after me, Janice Street. But then a lot of the streets, Blocker Street, which was my maiden name, Davies, which was my mom's maiden name. And then I always say Doremus, which is a fairly long street there, was the mortgage lender. I said, oh my gosh, they really liked Mr. Doremus.
Oh, well, that's so interesting. My family attended Sherwood Baptist Church way back in the day. I remember going down Old Madison Pike because we lived in Madison at that time. And that was just a 2-lane road with lots of cotton fields, and is a whole different landscape now, isn't it, Janice?
Entirely. I can remember me and my mom petitioning all of Sherwood Park and surrounding area to get a light at Governor's and Madison Pike because it used to be a 5-way stop. I mean, it was a dangerous intersection.
That is.
Before they even put in a signal light. So that really, goes back a ways. But my goodness, how we've grown and what Madison Pike is now. And, those homes, I have to say, are still there. And my dad would come in late for dinner every night, and my mom was always irritated. But I always wanted to know how many homes he sold that day. And he'd say, well, I sold 5 homes today. I sold 7 homes today. Right now, that's a really good month, but that's what he was selling
that's
in
exciting.
a day. So, he was always late for dinner, and I was always anxious to hear how many homes he sold that day.
Well, it truly is in your blood, Janice. And now that you're in the mortgage industry, I will just say, for people who don't know, Janice and your husband Johny, y'all stay just actively busy in this industry. I mean, you are just everywhere. I feel like I look and you're just everywhere all the time. And so, even though I also know you have mastered the art of taking those breaks, and you spend time in Florida and at the beach, and you do all these other things. So you've just made it a lifestyle that I think that you must love. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now.
I have always lived by the motto of live each day to the fullest. And that's what I've always tried to do, business or pleasure. We do go down to Destin quite a bit, but believe it or not, Sarah, we have a lot of business that comes from there. So we have developed quite a following of realtor partners in that area because we do a lot of great jumbo loans. We do a lot of beach condos and condo tails. So we stay really busy, but we love to do the first time homebuyer seminars. We love to work with people that
I think we're losing a little bit of connectivity, but we're going to keep on going.
Saying that we stay busy and we love every minute of it.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And I know that you do have a heart for just it doesn't matter the size or you just whoever you're working with, you are really on top of things for your clients, and we so appreciate that. There are several things I could ask you about, but how would you describe your approach to serving your clients and customers, and what sets you apart in terms of your relationship with your clients and customers?
Well, one thing that we just got a 5-star review yesterday from a client that we closed at the end of the month, and they said that we were most attentive and we allowed them to know of the details in the transactions. That's one thing, is full disclosure, transparency from the very beginning with the loan estimate that goes out all through the loan. If anything changes, then we are notifying our clients. We like to stay in touch with the clients and the realtor partners during the transaction. The other thing is, like Saturday, we were out and about, but the phone rang and we needed to talk to somebody that was putting in an offer. We took time to stop, tend to their needs, and then go about our ways. But that is always first priority with me and Johny.
I can see that. I don't ever feel like when I have a client that needs you, like we're friends on Facebook. I may say, oh, look, she's in Florida, but she takes that call and no one would know the difference because you're always available. And you just jump right in there and take care of what needs to be done. So we definitely appreciate that. And communication is key. And I can see that you do that, feeling that you really do care about the other person in the transaction. Like they're not just another number, but they're very important to you. So what are your goals right now for your business?
Our goals for 2024 is, we have a company motto going on right now: do more in 24. And what that really means is being able to let people that are looking for homes to know that it's a great time to purchase. It's really a great time to look, to get in the game, because as the interest rates, they have declined some, and they will decline more during the year. But more than anything is capture that home at today's prices. You know as well as I, because you've been in the business for some time now, that as interest rates decline, the prices of houses go up and the competition level for those homes go up. So now is the perfect time to buy a house.
Well, and those are some words of wisdom right there, because if the interest rate is something that you're waiting on, they could go up, and that's something, yes, we may see them come down, but they may reach a point where they're not going to come down anymore, and they may start going up. And I don't want people to feel disappointed that they missed out on the current interest rates, even though they may feel like they're higher than they want. And then there is always a potential they could refinance at a lower rate later on if rates really come down significantly enough to do the refinance. So I think that you're right. It's about a life decision. It's about, do you want to buy a house? Then don't wait around on the perfect opportunity, because the market is always changing, and we really don't know what it's going to hold in the future. We do know that we have a lot of demand, that technically we're still in a seller's market. You have to have you have to have 6 months of inventory to really be in a buyer's market. I hear real estate agents and other people saying, oh, we're now in a buyer's market. And what? No, not really. We don't have 6 months of inventory. Technically, we're still in a seller's market. The benefit to buyers right now is they have a little more opportunity to be able to get what they want, because we don't have as many of those multiple offers going on. If you're competing over what we would call maybe a cream puff of a house that everybody wants, maybe you might be in a multiple offer situation, but in most cases, that's not what we're seeing. So if you want to buy a house, then buy your house. But don't wait on those perfect market opportunities, because they may not get better. Even though they may not get much better, and they could get worse. So all of those things are things to think about. And those are definitely words of wisdom. There are so many things I could ask you. I mean, we could be here for literally an hour, but I know we don't have that much time. So I'm going to ask you now, Janice, if there's one thing that you would like our audience to take away from this interview about you and your business, what would it be?
Sarah, that's very interesting question. And what I would like for people to see is that when you call us, you are going to be able to talk to us, number one. We have been in the business, so sometimes people can get declined for a loan in the fact that someone might have put their loan in on an automated system and said declined, and those people don't even know why it's declined. Mm-hmm. We look at every loan individually and we try to work that loan. We look at our clients as friends and family. The greatest compliment we just got last month is one of our realtor partners. We did his grandson's loan, and we have done multiple loans for this family for over 20 years. And what a joy to have repeat customers. And I think that says a lot in the fact that you treat people right, you do a great job, and you keep people informed up until the time of closing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, that's definitely something that is a testament to the service you provide, that you have people that come back to you and they want to work with you again and again and again. And then do more in 2024. That is a great goal, and I know that you will. So where can our audience find you if they need to reach out to you, Janice?
My phone number is 256-509-4776. Mm-hmm. And my email is jgilbreath, JGILBREATH @crownhm.com. And please reach out. We love doing pre-approvals. We love talking scenario situations with you. Also, I would like to mention that Johny is a military housing specialist. Yesterday, he got a call from a gentleman that they basically, I think they talked about 45 minutes, and he said, you know, you have told me more information about VA loans than I've ever heard, and I have bought 3 homes on VA. And I'm also a divorce mitigation specialist, and I help with people going through divorces for that spouse house and to be able to help with that large asset. So those are 2 of our specialties that we work with people, and that we always want to try to give them the best information so that they can make the best decision possible.
Mm-hmm. I remember when you were going through getting that certification, and I was extremely impressed with the things you were learning about that divorce certification, and quite an impressive thing to have. And then I know you and Johny have a lot of experience with VA loans. I'm a military relocation professional, and so I love to help our VAs and would just love to work with them as well on those VA loans. I will just say it's been a pleasure, Janice. Thank you for taking your time out today. And I hope that you'll have a blessed day and have a great day and do more in 2024.
Thank you. And the same to you, Sara. We wish you the very best. And I know you're going to do more in 2024.
Oh, thank you, Janice. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.